Welcome to the ITM Podcast.
This is episode 217 of the ITM Podcast, the official Boston Red Sox podcast of the CLNS Media Network, brought to you by Prize Picks, the exclusive daily fantasy partner of the CLNS Media Network, and by Game Time. The best place to buy tickets online to sports, concerts, all your favorite events. And the Boston Red Sox can't stop winning games. They sweep the Toronto Blue Jays. And Scott Neville is as red as the Sox on the Sox. My name's Joey Capone. That's Scott Neville. How you doing, dude? Red.
Yeah, red, definitely red. Little burnt. SPF 30 wasn't enough for this sun.
Are you French? Are you Irish? What are you? White?
You're a white guy.
Yeah. Are you a mutt? Have you done like a 23andMe?
I haven't. I believe I'm both mostly Irish, a little bit French. So I think you kind of nailed that. But yeah, I just say I'm generic white. Yeah, I don't know.
I think I'm stunningly good at that. I think I can look at somebody like before I know their last name and be like, you're mostly German. You got a little bit of French in you. I think I'm damn good at that.
Well, here's what I would say.
Do you want to guess what I am? Have we talked about this?
No, I don't. But I will say that French was crazy. I don't have many people guess that one. I think Irish or Italian is like the two whites that you guess. And for me, I look more Irish, and so people just say, "Oh, you Irish," and I'm like, "Yeah, sure."
Yeah, you've got like an Irish fighter thing. Maybe it's because you have no sleeves on the shirt that you're wearing right now, but like you definitely have like a put 'em up outside of a pub vibe. I think Italian's totally off. I think people just see a white guy with like some gel in his hair and they're like, "Oh, that guy's Italian." I watched
no
Jersey
gel.
Shore.
I know it's unbelievable, but you'll never see me with gel. This is all natural.
Your hair just does that?
Yeah, dude. I have insane volume in my hair, so if I just put it like
you.
that, it's stuck. Windy, don't matter.
God bless you. Look I got a situation going on over here. Can we talk about this? This is why I've been wearing a hat. Visual medium. We keep telling people to go to YouTube, and then the episodes are not on YouTube. So maybe this will be on YouTube. Go check. That's happening. So our producer's dropping the ball, getting these things on YouTube. So whoever that is, get it together. But this is a situation, dude. I didn't think about this when I shaved my head, that it was going to turn into just a grown-out shaved head. And it's just all the same length, and it's nothing.
Yeah.
My haircut is nothing.
This is what we call an awkward phase in the grow-up process. May I suggest, and I don't know if this is a good idea, because if you just wear the hat, maybe this is just a bad idea.
I'll take any suggestions. Yeah.
If you matched the length on the sides of your beard to the sideburns, it might flow better. Because right now you get a very boxy look up top.
Yep.
And then you still got a little bit of Wild Man Winter in you, not to the same degree. But if you just line that up, you have a shot. You know what I mean? I'm not going to say it's going to look better, but you have a shot.
I look Amish, man.
Yeah. That was my guess.
Yeah. There it is. There's my ethnicity. Amish, 100%. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'll do that. Here's what I was thinking. I was thinking about going to like a Dominican barber. Because there's a bunch here in Manchester. I was thinking going to a Dominican barber and being like, do your thing. Line me up. Give me a fade. Like get like get a haircut that does not suit me.
Here's the thing about that is I have done that one time.
Yeah.
And did not work out well for me.
Mm-hmm.
I would love to find this picture. Maybe this will be another YouTube exclusive.
Yeah, we'll tweet it if you find it. We're tweeting it if it's good enough.
Oh, it is, but now I really don't want to find it. You know.
Oh no, I won't. I won't tweet it. Find it. Text it to me.
Oh man,
But I feel like, how many opportunities do you get? You know what I mean? Like, I'm gonna cut this off anyway.
I used to be a fade guy until every girl I've ever met was like, "Stop getting fades and you grow." Like they're always, their thing was like, I feel like you look better if you just like grew out your sides. And I'd be like, but fades are so cool. But I'm not a fade guy. I wish I wanted to be. I was for a couple of years. It wasn't, unfortunately, the fade didn't like me back,
Isn't it crazy how much men's fashion is completely dictated by what like one lady says? Like if
I
one
mean,
woman is like, stop wearing jean shorts, they look ugly. We're all like, you got it. They're gone. Or like one girl make a TikTok like, why are guys wearing cargo shorts? And we're all like, not anymore.
Yeah,
They're
you'll
gone.
never see one again.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I think, I think I've taken that advice many times. Like I said, that's one where if I think 3 girls have said that,
Mm,
and it's enough for me to be like, okay, I've learned my lesson because they're probably
100%.
right. And I kind of now I agree with them now that I've tried both, and I
Yeah,
do look better with the side.
with that volume, dude, you're doing yourself a disservice keeping
It
that.
just I have too square of a head to if you like I'm doing the reverse. The mirror thing kills me. But like,
Yeah,
if you make it more boxy than it already is, it
yeah,
just looks so odd. But
right.
you gotta go
You've
round
got a
haircut if you
greaser
get a box
marine thing
head.
going on already.
Right. And this, admittedly, is just the heat that's making it so like puffy. Like it would be like this is a lot. This would be more like that. I feel like normally,
Right.
but it's really
That's what
just
we were all thinking.
yeah. So it's a little inflated right now. I cannot. I'm trying to find this picture, and it's driving me nuts.
Sox won the series. They swept. They won all 3
Oh,
games.
did they?
Well, while you're looking for that, yeah, they did. Won all 3 games in Toronto on the road. So make that 5
Cool.
wins in a row, 3 series wins in a row against the Phillies, the Yankees, and the Blue Jays, who, much like the Rays, were conditioned to believe are a good team, even though they are not. They are
No.
not. And it sucks. It sucks because some of those guys, like you secretly root for. Like I want Vladdy to be a household name, which he is, but I want him to be more than that. I want him to be like actually good, which he's kind of not. I want Bo Bichette to be like almost great.
Mm-hmm.
I would love if Justin Turner went there and had a similar year to what he had last year. That would have been cool. None of those things are happening. So basically, aside from Manoah, I don't think there's anybody on the Jays that I actively dislike. So it's weird.
I don't. I agree. Yes, I'm fine with them not working out. I was much more scared of. I agree with it. I mean, yeah, you for baseball, good, whatever, but like keep it out of the division, And
Yeah.
Guerrero, honestly, she was so hyped up. Not as a prospect, that never bothers me. But when they start playing, people pretending that Devers was not as good as Guerrero, I'm loving that this is just like he's actually I think he's flipped to the point where people way overdid it, and now I actually think he's being kind of not given enough credit because he's an above average player. He's not a
Mm-hmm.
perennial all star, and people are now treating him like he sucks when he's really just like he's a good player. And everyone thought he was going to be an MVP candidate, and now they're acting like he's Andrew Benintendi with the White Sox,
Yeah, like he's
and
going
we
to
just
get
need to find a middle
DFA'd.
ground. Yeah, we need to find a middle ground there.
People are legitimately talking or were talking about trading him. Like Blue Jays
They
fans
still
were.
are. Yeah.
Yeah, I think the Blue Jays themselves had to address it, right? Didn't they come out and say or they were asked by their media and had to address the rumors and be like, we are not shopping Vlad Jr. What are you guys talking about?
Yeah, so first of all, the camera's in a different spot than it normally is for me, so I'm going to keep looking like in the wrong direction. It's probably going to be very frustrating.
Oh, it's pissing me off. Yeah.
Okay, good. Is this straight? Am I even looking at it right now? This looks
I
right
don't
to
know. I
me.
don't look at you. I look at myself.
Okay, all right. Yeah, so it was basically, the Blue Jays are in a spot where they need to figure out with both Bichette and Vladdy very soon. Do we stick with this core and keep trying with what should have been a more successful era? Or do we trade these guys off for prospects, rebuild, try again with a new core? And I think they're leaning, it seems like they're leaning towards keep the current core, but because I mean, the grass is not always greener and you could really, blow it up and then not get anything back.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's not, if they're going to add, they're going to have to treat them like closer to ancillary pieces than they are treating them and not act like they have 5 superstars and they just got to add a couple of utility guys. So that's why, they're in a pickle, and nobody can hit home runs, which is very confusing.
That's very weird because that's not the problem you expected for them to run into. I will say this about kind of what you were talking about, like how hyped they were when they all came up like at the same time. When the 2018 Fisher Cats became the Blue Jays, because I worked for the Fisher Cats in 2018. I don't know if I mentioned that. I was around all these guys in Double A, so I was very emotionally invested in their come up, and I was like, here's the thing. I understand why Vladdy was talked about the way he was. Because, like, dude, I'm telling you, like, 3/4 of the way through that season, he was hitting like 470. It was like, what is he doing here? Like, every night was like 2 doubles and a bomb.
He hit a ball like out of the stadium off a tee or something. Like, there were some stories that were like, this guy's not human. And then you obviously, I mean, that's not even getting to that's. We just talked about his things he's done. That's completely not factoring in the Hall of Fame dad. So, like, of course he was going to get blown up. That was never my concern. It was, like, gripe. It's more just the fact that now we have years of him in the big leagues. And, like, he was the cover of MLB The Show and, like, giving, like, MVP treatment when he's just not yet.
So let me flip it here then. Because when all those guys came up, the talk was the Blue Jays are going to be a problem for a while. They're young, star-studded. They just keep pulling up these prospects. Look out, AL East. And now, a couple of years later, like, do they trade them away? Do they blow it up? Nothing to show for it, right? Not even a playoff win to show for it, right?
They definitely haven't won a series. I don't know if they've won a game.
Yeah, so no playoff series wins at the very least. Does it make you feel any different about the Baltimore Orioles? Because to me, it gets in my head. Are they the exact same situation? No, not the same players, deeper, whatever. But it does, at least it worms into my brain a little bit. It's like, wait, these are projections and there are realities where, like, multiple of these guys don't work.
So the thing about the O's is that they're deeper, as you mentioned. There's more guys. There's less that could go wrong. My thing about the O's is I don't think they are similar to the Blue Jays project. I think they're closer to the Braves young core because there was a lot of them. So as much as I would love to buy into that, I can't imagine a world where Gunnar Henderson levels out into a slightly 110 OPS guy, and some of the guys. I mean, because the thing is, like, they haven't even gotten all their guys up yet, and they're already on like a 100 win pace, or close to it, 90 to 100 win pace. And this is like we're still in the pre-stage, as much as people don't like to admit that. Last year, they got 90 wins in the way pre-stage. So, no, I'm terrified, is to answer your question.
Yeah. I'm just trying to find...
No, there was a second where I was like, oh, wait a second. And then I was like, no.
Because, like, Adley's already doing it. Adley's already, like, one of the best catchers in the game.
Yeah.
Like, he's already there. Gunnar Henderson, it would take a big fall off. It's like basically you're relying on Jackson Holiday to just, like, not be a factor. Right. But, like, if they lock up Burns, like, they've got their own good pitch. Like,
Gunnar might be third in MVP, like, rating right now. Like, it's Judge, Soto, and then it might be Gunnar third.
But, like, I just remembered Alek Manoah. I remembered that's possible.
True.
He set a new record for how hard you can fall off.
Yeah.
I didn't even know that shit was possible. So
here's my Cy Young pick that year on NESN.
Dude, and now he's no one. Good riddance. Couldn't happen to a nicer guy. Am I right, Scott? Oh, we like to have fun here.
We do have fun here.
We got sunburn, I am. You're crazy, dude. We're going to talk about this series in a second. First, let's talk to our good friends over at PrizePicks. With Prize Picks, you could turn $10 into $1,000 in a single game watching your favorite sports this summer. You can make a Prize Picks lineup in as little as 60 seconds. You just need to pick more or pick less on 2 to 6 player stat projections, and you're locked in. When the finals are over, the hoops action doesn't stop on Prize Picks. Women's basketball is just getting started. With young stars like Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese looking to make names for themselves, alongside greats like Breanna Stewart and A'ja Wilson, you could win up to 100 times your cash watching them ball out. Prize Picks is so easy to use, dude, and I gotta be honest, I've kind of been making bank over there. This week on Prize Picks, I'm selecting Caitlin Clark for more than 3.5 3-pointers made and Breanna Stewart for more than 23 points. So download the app today and use code CLNS for a first deposit match up to $100. That's code CLNS for a first match deposit up to $100. Pick more, pick less. It's that easy. Prize Picks. Sox win this series not before Justin Turner adds to the ongoing trend, Scott, of former Red Sox. You play against the Red Sox. Your first game, you get one homer. It's what happens. Kyle Schwarber, here you go. Christian Vasquez last year, here you go. Alex Verdugo, here's one for you. Justin Turner, Shabbat Shalom. Thank you so much for coming. I kind of love it. I kind of want to see it continue. Unfortunately, the next slated Red Sox return would be against San Diego, and
he's not going to be there.
He's not going to be there. So, I was going to see if you wanted to go through the schedule and see who the next returning guy would be.
Okay. Yeah, that should be good content.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Let's everybody.
The Reds.
While we read.
The Marlins. No. A's.
Toronto
Royals.
Doesn't count again.
So here's the thing. July 20th, a month from now, could be an early Mookie return. Obviously not his first AB against the Sox, though.
I think it's ineligible because of that reason.
Mm-hmm.
Colorado.
Yeah, it doesn't count.
I don't think they have anybody. Seattle.
Astros, Diamondbacks, Blue Jays, Tigers, Mets.
Oh, Arizona, Torey Lovello.
JD
for the Mets, sure. That makes more sense than Torey Lovello.
That's since September. So that
Arizona,
we might have a while to wait here.
Well, no, again, Arizona, Erod. We know he liked to hit.
Right.
He'll be back by then.
It's totally possible. So
Goose is just
we got to wait till September unless Xander decides to admit that he's faking it. What?
Does it have to be September? We might have a back-to-back with JD and Andrew Benintendi.
That's right. Why wasn't he playing?
What? Oh.
Because we just played the White Sox.
Right. He stinks, maybe?
Maybe it's because he stinks. Is that why?
I don't.
You know what's so crazy that I was thinking about today is the fact that that's the biggest White. Well, he stinks, but that's the biggest White Sox. It was his Achilles, by the way. That was the biggest White Sox free agent contract ever, $75 million. That's less than David Pastrnak got.
Right. Well,
they're giving out NHL money over there on the South Side.
Well, Pastrnak's better.
At baseball, you think?
This year, maybe.
It's tough. I don't understand how it's possible, bro. I don't understand. But like the amount of injuries that are happening across the game, obviously everybody's talking about the pitching, but like the fact that like stars, if you want to lump Andrew Benintendi in there, I guess you can, but Xander, Mookie, I don't know. He's still the face of a team more or less, like him and Robert.
No, I don't think so. If you type in Andrew Benintendi, the top thing that comes up is Andrew Benintendi in the pursuit of the lowest WAR season ever. And that's ESPN. That's not like some, whatever network.
What's his B WAR right now?
It's not crazy.
It
It's
is
negative 1.7.
negative 1.7.
And that's not good.
And that's in 56 games.
I'm trying to
So, yeah, it's like a negative 6 WAR season.
Oh. He's on
What?
pace for a negative 4.02 WAR for the season, which is uncomfortably close to the worst ever bad. In fact, it would be. All right, Jerry Royster had a negative 405 WAR in 1977.
That's
That is
the worst.
Among modern era position players.
That's crazy. I feel like there should be worse players. Like no
Because
player, no I don't know. There's no everyday A's.
Here's the thing. In my head, it's like, all right, if you can get a 10 WAR season, you should really get a negative 10 WAR season. But to get WAR or negative WAR, you need playing time. And it's going to be very hard for somebody that's the least valuable player to get 600, 700 at-bats needed to be the worst player of all time. I think that's the problem we're having.
You need the perfect storm where the team sucks, season doesn't matter, and you're keeping that guy out there because you gave him a bunch of money recently.
Yeah, or they're like supposed to be a top prospect, and you're just hoping they're just like working through it. So you just give them like a rookie year 500 at bats and just grind through it because again, the other two factors of the team absolutely stinking or whatever. They're either going to be highly paid and you're embarrassed, or they're somebody you're just hoping figures it out. And you have
like
nothing
if
else.
Jackson Holiday came up, but he was the only guy there. Like they were the O's of 2018.
So I was going to say, like the Rockies call up a top prospect right now. Like that guy's getting 500 at bats. Like if the White Sox called up a top prospect right now, give him 500 ABs.
You know what's absolutely insane? Another White Sox stat for you. I don't know why we're talking White Sox so much here, but these are the things that I come across, so I bring them up on the show. The White Sox, since 1917, all of the playoff series that they have won since then were in 2005.
Wow.
Isn't that insane?
Run. That's a good run they had there. It's the only run they've had there.
It's insane. I think I also heard they go to the playoffs in like 8% of their seasons.
Yes, I did see that. I saw that as well, and I think it's one of those things where people don't talk about the White Sox as being one of the worst franchises of all time, and it's because nobody cares about the White Sox.
Nobody cares. It sucks. It's got to be brutal to be a White Sox fan. But we are not. Here's the thing about being a Red Sox fan right now. This should be a higher tone on this show. The Sox are fucking good. The Sox are goddamn good. They've won 5 in a row. They're goddamn good.
That's right. Well,
they've won 3 series in a row. They beat the Phils. They beat the Yanks, 2 best teams in baseball. And then they swept the Blue Jays, which is what you would hope that they would do. And they did it. I wasn't even banking on it. After they won the first 2, it's like, that's all right. Fall back down. I remember you saying, like, if they sweep this series, they'll be 5 games over 500, which they are right now.
That's true.
They did, which is dangerously close, Scott. Dangerously close to my number of 8 games over 500. They have 3 games against the Cincinnati Reds, who are 35 and 39. They're 4-6 in their last 10. They lost the last game, whatever. I thought that might be a little more encouraging. They could very well, by our next show, be 8 games over 500.
I'll give you something more encouraging than your. I mean, that's what your date that you set. But I think more importantly, they could have a wild card spot next time we talk.
Dude.
I mean, okay.
Yes.
You want to talk about something more encouraging? The Kansas City Royals are 3-7 in their last 10. They are slipping. They won. They must have won tonight. But they were 2-8 in their last 10 before their last win. Now they're 3-7. They're slipping a little bit, and I gotta say that's encouraging. The Twins also have lost their last 2. They're 7-3 in their last 10, but they've got I mean, they've got a plus 15 run differential. We have a plus 47. It feels like eventually that usually run differential tends to, correct itself. Hilarious that Baltimore's in this conversation with a plus 125 run differential. But yeah, they win 2 out of 3 against the Reds, which they should do. You could easily be either tied or in that third wildcard spot, which is kind of crazy. And now, like I've said before, you put us in an even race with the Royals, the Twins, and the Red Sox. I feel very, very good about that because you don't have to beat both of them. You just got to beat one of them.
And they're basically there right now. They are 1 game behind the Twins, a game and a half behind the Royals. Essentially an even race with 90 games to go.
I don't love the team is creeping behind. But you were just about to say you love something.
I love that. I love 90-game even race with the Twins and the Royals because here's the thing. Isn't that crazy? No, here's the thing. The Rays, 4 games behind you. Blue Jays, 4.5. And everybody else is kind of like falling off behind them. It's really, right now, obviously, it's early. There's time to make up that ground. But you are really the only team that's like right on the precipice of a wild card spot. You're kind of sitting there alone. Over the last 10, they are the hottest team in the AL. The only other team 8-2 over their last 10 is the New York Grimace Mets, who finally just lost. So shout out to them for doing that. So you could argue hottest team in baseball.
Yeah, I think they are. And the good news is too, if you want to go with this like momentum direction, you get Wilyer back before the next game. So hopefully he doesn't screw around with that. He's clearly fine. He had 2 home runs his first rehab start. You just got Chris Martin back. Tristan Casas itching to get back. He's close. We're very close to like rehab like games and such. And then we can really talk about it. I mean, this team's going to get reinforcements to make the push for the deadline, which is huge. Because what I would say, like I wrote an article about like, I got to write a lot of articles every day. So not everyone is going to be like a take.
Not everyone's a banger. Sure.
Yeah. And so I will say I did have a banger that got 275,000 views, but that's not what I'm about to talk about. That was sick.
No.
That was the record for me. Anyway, I wrote about J.D. Davis got DFA'd. And I was like, well, it could be an interesting, like, bat off the bench. We don't have a first baseman. Now Dom Smith is good, so that's cool offensively.
Crazy.
But at the time, I was like, we could maybe use a first baseman. He can play first and third. We also could just use some power off the bench, get rid of Bobby D, whatever. Sorry, didn't mean to do that. And so I wrote it, but I wrote about an interesting angle. And I was talking about in that scenario, or scenario, if you're an asshole, is we're now in a point where we need to make a push so that the front office actually makes a push. It's so important this next month will determine which direction the season goes because they're not going to do this middling stuff where it's buy, sell, or pro. If they do, they're morons for trying it 3 years in a row. But you expect a hard direction one way or another. They're either going to go for it or completely punt, get rid of O'Neill, get rid of Kenley, get rid of Chris Martin, get maybe Pivetta. And so this point now, maybe you do get a J.D. Davis, but at least you get the injured guys back, and you already have like a decent core playing well now. And you got to make a push to get, I don't know, probably in the race, like grab a wild card spot, maybe like you said, like 8 games over 500, they go for it. Like your number, which again, they can do it forever. Another thing, while we're on the topic, got to get way off the topic for a second. It just reminded me though. Do you remember how we were saying the potential Rafaela versus Wilyer? We have like 2 different types of stat patterns. I remember in that show, we were talking. You posed the question of what's the most realistic situation here? Do you think it's possible for Rafaela to hit 250? Is that even possible this year? And I said, I don't know if he can climb that high. And he did it in like 2 days. He jumped his batting average like 30. Now, the underlying numbers still look dog shit. Worse than, they're so bad. But he's maybe, I don't know, maybe. He's hitting 250. If he can hit 250, I mean, that's a legit player with his defense and speed and such. The boys are running, so yeah. Anyway, that was off topic, but we're a team here that's about to make a run here. That's all we need.
If you're 8 games over 500, I think it's impossible to not buy. If you are like
in this American League, definitely.
If you're right there, and who knows how many teams are really going to be in the hunt. If you've kind of secured it and you're basically bolstering for the playoffs, I just said playoffs after last week when I was like, I don't say
don't
that.
do that. Yeah.
Wow. If you're
Joey
basically bolstering for the postseason, so sorry me, then I think it's impossible to not. Now, granted, there have been years where I'm like, ooh, it would be impossible for them to not do it. They've got to do it, and then they didn't do it. But this one, I feel more strongly about. Scott, you had your hand up?
Yeah. So while we're talking about the playoffs and while we're talking about this race, and it comes down to right. Unless I upset Joey, I call it the playoffs because that's what it is. But you got to obviously, it's just a matter of who. It's your record's one thing, but you got to beat the other teams. So we talked about a little bit, but are you? Rays are 4 games back behind us. Are you scared of the Rays?
No.
Okay, interesting. I'm always a little scared of the Rays just because they wear that uniform and it seems to not matter that they don't have as many good players as they usually do. Okay.
I think it's finally caught up with them this year. Because every year they start hot and then they chill a little bit. They start slow this year. I think they only chill a little bit. It's hot down there, dude. It's hot down there. That humidity gets to you by the end of the summer, man. It's long.
I know, but a 4-game winning streak and they're a 500 team, and then you're whatever. Toronto, scared or not scared?
We just swept them, dog.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, well, that's reasons. But okay. Yeah, I tell you what, we definitely pushed them further.
We already beat the Blue Jays, man.
Right. Okay. But we gotta play
let me tell you something. Let me tell you a story, Scott, real quick. While we're on the Blue Jays, I would know that there's more teams that you want to ask about. In 1968, the Doors played the Ed Sullivan Show, right? And they were told, because they were playing Light My Fire, they were told, if you can't say, girl, we can't get much higher, you got to change the line. And Jim Morrison was like, right on, for sure, will do. And then they went out there, and he was like, girl, we couldn't get much higher, and said it right into the microphone, right into the camera, right? Was like, fuck you, I'm saying it, right? Song ends. They get taken off stage. They're getting screamed at backstage. And the talent booker, manager, whatever, is like, you guys are never playing the Ed Sullivan Show again. And Jim Morrison said, man, we already played the Ed Sullivan Show. First of all, cool as fuck. I don't need to be afraid of the Blue Jays. Man, oh, you got to play the Blue Jays? Oh, can you keep up with the Blue? Man, we already beat the Blue Jays. We already did that. So, no, I'm not afraid of the Blue Jays. Who else?
Houston, which is, now I will preface this by they are Houston. They are 5.5 games behind us, 3-7 in the last 10. They do have 2 players in the rotation out, and they've just called up a guy that was like a 3rd-round draft pick from last year that's never pitched above Double-A and was drafted 13 months ago, as I just said. But it's Houston.
I don't believe that Houston can pull it together. I said that from the beginning. From the beginning of the year, I was like, I don't think Houston's going to be Houston this year. And I'm sticking to that.
I will say
sticking to it.
The one thing that scares me is that even after losing 2 guys to Tommy John immediately, there was reports that they will go for it. And I feel like the Rays are go for it every year. And I can see the Blue Jays desperately going for it. That's what I don't like. I don't like that the teams under us right now seem a little desperate. I'd rather them just be like the Red Sox of years past and just say, if we have an excuse to sell, we're selling. These teams seem to want to win, which it could be a huge difference between the Red Sox and these teams.
That's going to be a big problem for the Red Sox if these other teams want to win too.
Well, no, that's the difference is that you said you threw on the 2. I wouldn't do that. I think they are going to be forced to buy this deadline. But still, Breslow, I am so scared of his offseason slogan of you don't give up future wins for current wins. Because if that's the slogan he takes into the deadline, we're not doing anything.
Yep.
That
It's
one's
kind
going
of
to
why
come
it
back to
sucked
haunt me.
even more to see, a pair of Tommy Johns happening in the minors right now. Not that I think like Perales is the guy that you trade away, but
A pair? Who's the other one?
Angel.
Bastardo?
Yeah, is that him?
He's the only angel that I
Yeah,
know of in our system. Other
yeah.
than Marcelo Meyer, of course.
Come on, stop it. He is handsome. Can't
The
deny
future.
that. He is the future. Yeah. I don't know. I have no idea what a Breslow deadline is going to look like. But by golly, if you're 8 games over 500 and you fucking sell, we got a problem. So
I don't know
I
that he
don't know.
sells, but what if he takes the measured approach? We don't want to, we can't lose a trade. We got to be conservative. We got to think about, are we really ready?
I mean, that was the whole thing allegedly, right? That was the
Yeah.
whole thing allegedly that got Heim out the door. You can't imagine that a guy comes in and repeats the same mistakes.
I mean, we
Like,
bought last year. We bought Urias, your I don't know,
Urias,
you
urethra.
get the urethra Roman, and oh no, not even Roman, Luis urethra. I don't
Yep.
even remember which one it was, which brother it was. That's what we bought last year. That was a buy, technically. I mean, we
That
traded
was the single acquisition,
and
yeah. And it didn't come
no,
in at
nope.
the deadline or
Yes, yeah, I
after.
think it was announced after it came in with like minutes before. But I think the day before, didn't we get Joe Oliveira? Mauricio?
Joera?
Yeah.
Yeah, Joe, Big Joe.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Oh, you're Italian.
No.
What?
Yeah. Isn't that stunning?
Joseph Capone?
No Italian blood. None.
No Italian blood?
No. I'm like 70, 80% from like 2 places.
That's stolen valor for sure.
I know, dude. I know. I wasn't even born Joey Capone. We've talked about this. It's not even my fucking name.
You can't do that.
I know. And I used to rep it so hard. I used to wear like the Italian soccer jerseys. I speak a little Italian. Fratelli d'Italia, l'Italia si destra, il municipio si cinta le testa, dove è la vittoria, le porga la chioma, che schiava di Roma, Dio la creo. But I'm not fucking Italian.
What a hack. I don't even want to
know,
what you
dude.
are.
Stringiamoci a corte.
I don't want to know what you are. I don't want to know what you are for real.
I'm English, dude.
No way. That's even worse.
Isn't that fucking so boring, dude? I'm English and Irish.
Are you serious?
I was pissed off, too.
You're
I got a 23 in me because I was like, I want to figure it out. And it came back. I was like, that can't be right. So I did an ancestry. And it was like, you're English and Irish. And I was like, fuck me. So
if Joey Capone isn't Italian, I don't know a damn thing about this world.
Yeah. Not a drop, brother. I'm more African than Italian. 2%.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
And I didn't even get a Juneteenth text from you, so little pissed about it.
No, I didn't. A good Juneteenth though. I agree.
You did. You had a good one. Is that why you're so sunburnt?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had a good day.
You're a huge Juneteenth guy. I knew that you had big plans.
Well, yeah, I've made plans 2 years in a row on Juneteenth, which is funny that it's like kind of like a new holiday. I feel like
I think it became a national holiday like 3 years ago.
People are starting to get it off of work. Like that's how you I feel like figure out when announcing a holiday is crazy exciting, and to have one in June, it might be the best. It might be better than 4th of July.
It's nice. It's nice.
And what it stands for, great too. But June 19th to have that off every year, holy, you kidding me?
And it's like it's so close to the 4th of July, it's like basically exactly 2 weeks. Just get like a day there. That's great.
This is a crazy thing that I'm thinking of right now. I think Juneteenth to the next wave of people, like the kids that are like just being born now, they're gonna think of it like the way we think of 4th of July.
Yeah, like
Except they're gonna get out of school for it. Some of these kids are still in school. I don't know how that's possible so late in the year because we had no snow. But I feel like that was never the case. I've never been out. I don't think I've ever made it to June 19th in the school.
Yeah, no,
but
I don't think. Yeah, I mean, I feel like most schools are out like the first week of June.
I'll tell you what. My birthday is June 12th. I don't think I got a text from you, but
We
I'm
celebrated out on the town together.
That was actually for D-ball's med school, going to med school. Day before
it was
birthday.
for your birthday.
No, it was for. Remember, there was signs. There was signs being like med school. We'll get the bottles with the signs. If you remember, the day before was my birthday, and you didn't go to that either. But that's neither here nor there. That doesn't matter. What I was trying to say is that I ended school. I had last day of school on my birthday, June 12th, a couple times. And if it wasn't that, it was usually around that. So that's usually, like, for me, I know, I don't think I've ever made it to 19th. But these kids now, like Massachusetts, last day was today, I think, for a lot of kids in middle school and high school. So anyway, what I'm trying to say is they're going to think of it like 4th of July. Like, it's going to become a hot dog burger holiday and, pool and stuff like that. So
especially like college kids, you go home and like you get a summer job, but you get Juneteenth off, and if it falls on like a Friday, they're gonna make like Juneteenth weekend plans.
Yeah, and we did anyway.
Crazy. God bless America. Am I right?
Exactly.
God bless.
So sweep.
God bless America. God bless Game Time. The NBA Finals are here, and you guys know I'm a huge hoop head. Game Time makes getting NBA Finals tickets even faster and easier. Prices on the Game Time app actually go down the closer it gets to tip-off. With killer last-minute deals, all-in prices, views from your seat, and their lowest price guarantee, Game Time takes the guesswork out of buying NBA tickets. You guys already know my favorite part, and it's seeing the view from your seat. What a feature. You want to know what your view is going to look like? Boom, Game Time's got you. Game Time also offers all-in pricing to avoid any surprise fees, and with their lowest price guarantee, Game Time will credit 110% of the difference. Take the guesswork out of buying NBA Finals tickets with Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, and use the code CLNS for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account and redeem code CLNS for $20 off your first purchase. Download Game Time today. Last minute tickets, lowest price, guaranteed. Scott, do you have anything else on this series? I got very limited notes on this series. I'll throw this at you. Cooper Criswell, option to Worcester. Interesting. That was unexpected. That's weird. He does have to stay there for, I believe it's 10 days, maybe 15. He has to stay there for a little bit.
Yeah.
Before we get him back. So Josh Winkowski might be slated to make a start. Not to give too much away here, but the third game of this series is a TBD start as of right now. Weird. Do you know do you have insight here? I feel like you're the news guy.
Yeah, a couple things. I mean, they do say you got to be down for 10, 15, whatever the day thing is. But, any injury overrides that rule, and you're going to have to – that's pretty much how most transactions happen anyway. So – if they do need to put a guy on, if they need to make Chase Anderson have a 10-day elbow issue, they can do that. That's not really something I would worry too much about. The biggest thing is that they have a cluster of off days here, and they feel like they can get through it with the 4 starters and have an extra reliever. They re-added Chris Martin to get rid of to send down Criswell. So I think they're going to go with the 4-man rotation for the bulk of this I think it's like a 12-day run where they have some off days mixed in. And then they're keeping Winkowski bulked up as a depth option. It's still going to be Criswell as like the next man up, and then Winkowski is the guy after that. So, but they also, now that they have, and get ready for this dynamic duo of Brad Keller and Chase Anderson, they feel like they have the innings in the bullpen to do the 4-man rotation for a couple of weeks, keep everybody on schedule with the off days, so they're still pitching every 5th day, and they're basically just like grabbing an extra reliever, stealing one in a way.
Okay, that all makes sense. That all
Yeah.
makes sense. That slew of off days you're talking about goes right up to the All-Star break. So over the next 4 weeks, they have 8 off days, if you include the All-Star break.
Mm-hmm.
So
Okay.
Today, when we're recording this, you guys will this will be yesterday to you at the earliest. Thursday the 20th, Thursday the 27th, Monday the 1st, Monday the 8th, and then the 15th through 18th, all off. And leading up to the All-Star break, by the way, just a little look ahead here, in chase of our Magic 8 games over 500 here, they can do it with a sweep of the Reds. But let's say they take 2 out of 3 from those Reds. The Blue Jays, who they just swept, Scott, they just swept on the road. They play them at Fenway.
When?
Right after this Reds series.
No, when did they sweep them?
Oh, just now.
Right. No, I didn't have a
Like just
game
like
today.
the last games they played, they
They
just
haven't-
swept the Blue Jays.
They didn't have a game today.
No, so yesterday,
Mm-hmm.
and then Tuesday the 18th, Monday the 17th. They won all 3 of those.
In a
Blue
row?
Jays scored 3 runs in all 3 of those games. Yeah, no, they won them all. Yeah, 7-3, 4-3, 7-3.
What time do these
Won 'em all.
games start?
They were like 7:10.
At night?
I think there was a 7:30 in there. Yeah, PM. Yeah. Well, not AM, dude. What the fuck?
7
early.
o'clock at night they start these things?
Yeah, so it's like you
you
get like this
kidding me?
beautiful sunset. Yeah, no, it's like a thing.
That's
They call it
way
baseball
too late.
skies. No, it's perfect, dude, because like
7 o'clock at
it's
night?
it's still kind
I'm
of
in
light
bed
out
by
when
then.
they start, and then like the sun goes down around like the 4th or 5th, then they have the lights on. So like when the game gets big, in the big moments, it's under the spotlights and it's dark out. It's actually really great timing. It's kind of nice how baseball works like that.
Seems late to me.
Well, if it makes you feel any better, these Reds games coming up,
Mhm.
Friday is at 7 p.m., but then Saturday is
night?
4. Yes, but wait.
Oh my.
Saturday is 4:10 p.m., so it's like afternoon.
Okay.
And then Sunday, 1:40 p.m.,
See,
which
that's
is like
perfect. Right with
that's
dinner.
basically the middle of the day.
Well,
So
not if you get up at a proper time, but okay.
what time do you wake up normally?
Oh, I like to get up at 4.
Yeah?
And then get a good breakfast in.
You have like a Mark Wahlberg thing, like you wake up and you work out, and then you have breakfast, and then you work out, and then you work for half an hour, and then you work out.
No, I'm more like a 75-year-old man who just progressively they just start waking up earlier and earlier for some reason. No, it's bad
Because they
for
start
me
going to bed
'cause
earlier. Yeah, why do they all do that?
I don't know. My uncle does it, and I don't understand it. And I mean, like, I'll as much as my schedule in real life, not doing a bit. I was joking over that. I was joshing. I was one of those kind of like the Savannah Bananas kept pulling those hijinks. It was one of those.
You just got me?
Yeah, I got you bad.
Oh shit! Okay.
Just me and my tomfoolery. And I wake up between like 10 and 11 a.m. It's bad,
Mhm.
and I go to bed. I mean, I usually shower at either 2 or 3, and then bed from there. It's bad. Not quite the Steve Peralta schedule though. He was even later than that.
Steve,
was-
if you asked him to do something at noon, he was like, "No, I will not be ready."
I don't know. I can't speak for the morning, but I can speak to the times that he would like write an article and text me at like 4 a.m. and be like, "Hey, I just wrote one," and it wasn't because he woke up early. I will say though, during that time, there were too many times that I was still up, and I'm not quite that bad right now, but I'm not on a normal schedule.
Mhm.
Tomorrow I
Yeah.
have to wake up for the parade, the Celtics parade, and people are throwing around about like 9 a.m. get there times, and I'm like, I don't know about that. And here's what I don't really like about that: like, it's one thing to get there at 9, but these people are going to start drinking at 9. I'm going to start drinking at 9, and drinking before you normally wake up. That's a crazy proposition. I'm not
crazy.
excited. Yeah, we got a lot of. I mean, there's a whole lot of young, 20s nonsense going on in my life this summer. A lot of it involves drinking, and it's
God, me too.
it's catching up to me. No, not you.
I love being in my young 20s because like I get
You're
to
not.
like live like my life like that. Like I go crazy. Me and my boys, I got nicknames from my boys, and we fucking we fuck off so hard.
No, I think you're talking about my group.
No, we're talking about Mackie.
Yeah,
Stro.
Yeah, those are my guys.
And Sebi. No, those are my boys, bro.
No. Those are well, you went out and you experienced it once. Really is douchey, the whole group. I mean, if you think about it, it's Mackie, Stro, Lordy, Cruz, Motts. I mean,
it sounds made up.
It does. Sandy, Peyton, and Kat, those aren't crazy. Remy, we got and then I think the only ones that.
Do you think I could get one of those nicknames? You got any extra of those nicknames in there? You think I could get one of those?
I think. I mean, there's so many options. Capone might just be it, though.
That's the thing, is a lot of people just call me my last name. I'll hand up real quick. Mm-hmm. Not a big fan of that.
How about LA?
That when I wanted to be a wrestler, that was what I was going to go with.
Well, it's because you're middle. I'm saying
they are my middle initials. We could be
like LA.
In when I played sports, it was Copper.
Oh, that's trash.
I like it. Nobody
trash.
Liked it though. I liked it. I was like, call me this, and they were like, nah.
It's bad. Oh, you said
I think it's kind of cool. I like it. Yeah.
Did you say? Nobody else start it?
But that doesn't matter. What matters is that Joey. It was the nickname. The back of the card, it says nickname Copper.
But you said nobody did it, so it wasn't your nickname. You tried to start a nickname and you couldn't.
No, everyone called me that. The people call me that on Twitter now all the time.
No.
In my replies, people are like, Copper.
I'm so furious because I know there's going to be 2 people that comment something after this episode where they call
There's going to be
Copper.
A lot more than 2 people who are like, great up cop.
Yeah, and then they're going to tag me, and I'm going to be like, oh, you damn it. And I know that there's going to be at least 2 people that do that.
I get DMs all the time that say, Copper, great ep. Just wanted to say how much your music or your podcast saved my life.
I like
how much it changed.
Okay. Yeah. Well, first of all, I would say that I'm telling you that Mackie, Stro, Lordy, Cruz, Motts, Remy, they're not going to call you Copper. You're not going to be Copper. You can be in our group. I've told you this. I've told you could be in our group. It does take a lot, though. Are you ready, though? Because, I mean, just to give you a breakdown, last Friday, we go watch the Celtics game. We lose. We go to Bellingham until 2 a.m. We wake up early. Saturday, we go to Tall Ship from that one actually had a late start. That was more like a 3:30 start. And then we were there till like 8. And then we went to Bellingham from like then till actually not close on that one. That's because I left there. We very
taking it easy.
Those.
I feel
we probably left it like 1 on that one. And then Tuesday we went to the Cape, drank till like 2, and then woke up at 9, and then just drank on the boat from then till probably 5. And then now that's Tuesday, Wednesday. Today we took off. Tomorrow's parade. I told you people are going to start drinking at 9. And then Saturday we go to Connecticut, and that's going to be an all day drinking thing. And then Sunday we drive back. It's probably going to be a beer or 2 at some point. I probably won't partake in that one. Are you ready for that?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I do that too, just alone. So, not in a sad way, like I'm still partying way. Like I can keep up.
So you're partying alone.
It's like I work remote.
Mm-hmm.
So like I kind of fucking party remote. You know what I'm saying, dude?
Yeah,
I party remote. So I'll hop on a Zoom, maybe FaceTime a friend from high school, and when they don't answer, I'll FaceTime someone else. And yeah, dude, it's my lifestyle. So I'm happy with it. Life of a single dad, dude. It's fucking hardcore over here.
It is hardcore, yeah.
It's very hard.
If you that's different. Yeah, if you Yeah, well, I'll let you know, man. I'll let you know if you're in. I know earlier I kind of jumped the gun a little bit, but I'll let you know if you want to come hang out with us. Just text me and I'll see if we're free. We probably won't be going out that day anyway, so it's like but it's
I heard
yeah.
him in. I'll just text Mott's.
Okay, you can
We got
yeah,
to get Mott's
and
back on this show.
yeah, I'm sure
Maybe.
he'd love to, but also maybe yeah. Now that they're good, if they're actually good, I don't know how much he's gonna be on, but like if we're bored and need a spark, maybe.
Speaking of a spark, series MVP. We got to do a series MVP for the third series in a row.
Tyler O'Neill.
This one's an easy one.
Tyler O'Neill, baby.
Have a series. Tyler O'Neill, 4 for 12, 1 double, 3 homers. You want to guess how many RBI?
3.
3. In perfect Tyler O'Neill fashion. That's 14 total bases for those keeping track at home. A 333 average, a 429 on base, 1167 slug, good for a 1595 OPS. That is silly. So Don Rafaela actually had a higher OPS. Only played in 2 of these games. Only had 7 ABs, but went 5 for 7.
Not bad.
So honorable mention, going 5 for 7, 714 average, a 2036 OPS.
Not bad.
So worth mentioning. Valdez had a good series. Dom Smith had a good series. It's kind of it. Tyler O'Neill, unanimous quick pick, series MVP. All right. And that'll do it, everybody. Thank you so much for listening. You can follow us at ITM_pod. You can follow me.
Joey.
What, dude? What?
Out of nowhere, I didn't even say anything. Some girl just gave me her number.
Whoa! I love when that happens to me too.
Yeah. We should hang out and just drop your number.
Do we have Hinge Match fun facts?
I can ask her.
Ask her right now. Ask her right now. Be like, before I text you on your real number.
Right.
I need a fun fact for my podcast.
All right. Okay. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. I already got. Okay.
While you're doing that, though, I'll just give people the socials so that we can close out the show.
Wait. Joey.
What?
Joey. Oh, my God. You keep forgetting the pitching preview, Joey.
Oh, okay, folks. It is 3 games at the Great Great Red Ballpark.
What?
Game 1 is going to be Andrew Abbott versus Cutter Crawford. Andrew Abbott has a 5-6 record and a 3.42 ERA. He doesn't get hit too hard, but he is allergic to strikeouts and to whiffs. His best pitch is his changeup, I guess. He has a 4-seamer and a sweeper and a curve as well, and they are all fine. Cutter Crawford, over his 3 starts in June, he's got a 4.50 ERA and a 4.98 FIP. 22 strikeouts, though, over 18 innings. A vast improvement from his May performance with an ERA of 5.14 and 32 Ks in 35 innings. Game 2 is going to be Frankie Montas versus Nick Pivetta. Frankie Montas is on the Reds now. You probably forgot that. He sucks now. 4.62 ERA in 60 1/3 innings. He's not really good at anything. All his pitches suck, his cutter especially. Nick Pivetta is Canadian. His start in Canada on Monday was his second 7-inning outing this June. 82nd percentile in strikeout percentage. Over his last 4 starts, he's good for a 3.47 ERA, 26 Ks in 23 1/3 innings. And Game 3 is going to be TBD versus TBD. You guessed it, folks. It is a TBD, all-day, designated pitcher, dad playing wiffle ball in the backyard game. TBD has signed the first ever dual-team single-game contract in Major League Baseball history. Tune in only on NESN for some history, and that is going to do it for your pitching preview. Scott, did we get a Hinge Match fun fact?
We're still working on it. But we can do this.
I gave her time, bro.
I mean, surely you did. But a fun fact on the spot is a tough proposition. I think she knows that this is a time-sensitive issue. and I'm hoping that she delivers. We'll either get a fun fact or we have once again ruined my love life.
That's all I ask is for one of those things to happen. I don't really care which one.
Right. Well, it's going to be one or the other because that's a crazy way to lose. I mean, I already got the number, so I already stole
There you
it.
go.
So I guess I can
No,
be an idiot
no
now.
taking that back.
Yeah, time to find out the real me. It was a matter of time before I asked you for a fun fact that I need in 15 minutes or less. So
I was hoping like 3 minutes tops.
I know, but I'm thinking we got to do a whole preview now. And
You don't have just like a fun fact? Like at the ready? Like if someone's like, give me a fun fact, you don't have one?
I have like a icebreaker fun fact about myself, but I don't have just a...
Oh, no. I don't care about...
Wait, hold on. She said, send fun fact here. Because she can't read... Yeah, I'm
She's
not going to...
buying time.
Yeah. She understands the premise. We should get this.
I'll be rip shit if not. What's her name?
Antonia?
And Antonia?
Sure.
Perhaps. Maybe. I don't know. Just trying it out.
Antonia, that makes more sense. Feel. She's from, let's see, not here, I'll tell you that.
No?
Chile.
Ooh, Chile. Antonia es de Chile. How many languages can I speak on this show, huh?
Probably 3.
This kid never stops. 3. We're at 3 right now.
Yeah. So
4.
how do we feel? Give me a prediction.
I think, the TBD game is like obviously hard to
predict
because I mean, who knows what TBD is going to be doing, if he's going to be favoring one side versus the other. It's tough, especially once you start to get to like pitch number 250, you start to feel it in your shoulder a little bit.
Right. So which team is he going to be pitching for at that point?
Right. Game 3, I'm going to give to the Sunday Sox.
Oh, good point. Yeah, what are we even talking about? That's a win.
Yep. They've lost exactly one game on Sunday. They're what, 10-1, 11-1 on Sundays?
I think it's even more than that. But something like that.
It's somewhere around there. They've only lost one game on Sunday, so they win that one. Montas versus Nick Pivetta is weird.
Really?
I think it's a weird one. Yeah, I mean, I think
the other game's way harder.
Really? I think they take that one. I think Cutter's on the upswing. I mean, I know Pivetta is too, but
I'm saying,
and more so. But
Pivetta versus Montas numbers say Pivetta by comfortably. Crawford and Abbott's numbers are very much even. 3.54 rate versus 3.42, and then in Pivetta it's 3.88 versus 4.62.
The thing about the Montas game is anybody who has been in the AL East facing the Boston Red Sox means something to me. Like they know this team. Granted, there's like 2 guys on this team who've been around for a year or 2.
But did he really pitch for the Yankees?
Yeah.
Did he definitively play the Red Sox against us? I mean, he played us. His time with the Yankees was brief.
Montas was 0-2 with an ERA of 2.19 in 6 games against the Red Sox in his career. Only one of those was with the Yankees.
Yeah, I was gonna say because he was on the Yankees for 2 years. He made 9 starts. No, I'm sorry. He made 8 starts in 1.5 inning rehab or relief appearance.
Oh my God!
He pitched 41 innings for them.
Wow, that is
2 years.
Way less than I remembered. Okay, well, 5 of those innings came against the Boston Red Sox. 2 earned on 5 hits.
Yeah, that's why I don't really think of him. I mean, he played us for sure against the A's, as you just said, but he's not. I don't give him an AL East factor. He's not, Stroman, who's also now still in the AL East, but someone like Chris Archer on the Pirates, where you're like, oh, we faced this guy 50 times.
He has hit Jarren Duran with a pitch. That's worth noting.
something to look at. Potential.
That's something to really think about.
I tell you what, you don't want to get in a brawl with that man.
He's strong.
Bigger, faster, stronger. Jarren Duran.
I've literally always said that.
Yeah.
Yankees ended up winning that game. Yeah, I got the Sox.
Going 2 out of 3?
If they lose one, it's the first one. If they win the first one, they sweep.
Okay, I am gonna go. I think it's 2 out of 3, but I think the middle game is the one I worry about. So I still think 2 out of 3. I'm most concerned with game 2.
Montas?
I'm not worried about him.
That's game 2.
Oh, good point.
That's the middle game.
Yeah. Oh, wait, yeah. Okay, I'm with you 100%. I was just being stupid.
So that first game, the Abbott Crawford game, that's the one you're worried about? Me too. But then after that,
you don't lose on Sundays.
I feel good. Yeah, they don't lose on Sundays, and Montas versus Pivetta, I got Nicky.
I just think a sweep is unlikely just because a winning streak thing. Now you're talking about an 8-game winning streak. That's just statistically unlikely.
Yeah.
Dude, I am burnt.
Yeah, you look bad.
Oh, hey.
Oh, no, you look great. Was that convincing?
No. I think I look
probably not.
Summery.
Because it's a lie.
Okay.
I was thinking of going to the parade, dude, but I'm not.
Oh.
So.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah. I have work. So I work.
Oh.
Yeah. Sorry this episode's late, you guys. We've been a little glimpse behind the scenes here. I don't know how much people know about my day job that I'm it's also my night job. It's my all the time job.
It is.
I'm a producer for CLNS. So on top of doing this show, I produce a whole bunch of shows. So when the Celtics won the title, the World Championship, they call it, I'm learning. The CLNS, very Celtics forward company. So been kind of a crazy week here. So apologies for being late, but also it's an off day, so we can do that.
Yeah, so suck it up.
Yeah, you guys are fine. Deal with it. Thank you for listening, though. You can sub on YouTube. You can find YouTube in our link tree, and you can find our link tree in our bios, and you can find our socials to find those bios at ITM_pod. You can follow me at Joey Capone. You can follow him at Scott Neville 46, like Brad Keller. Did you have a closing thought or anything before I started closing out the show?
Yeah, I didn't. That was kind of crazy. Well, first of all, we did. I know you don't want to do this. We did promise to do DMs on this show.
Oh, I didn't ask for them online. Let me see if we got any.
Okay, that's right. You didn't because you're right. You do stink at your job.
Yeah, no. Well, the thing is, I'm doing my job too hard, dude.
Well, you're not focusing on the priorities, which should be me.
Here's one. This one comes from David.
Okay. Hi, David.
Since Steve now wears banana suits, how do you guys feel about wearing Coke bottle costumes to campaign for the return of the Coke bottles on the Monster? If Coke wants to sponsor the show, would love that.
I think that's also a Steve P thing. Doesn't that feel like Peralta's campaign? But obviously that's
that would
not
be
just
him. He would be upset if we did that.
Right. It just feels like that would be too close to that's just too close to what he does. To be taking the same concept and doing it with something he's passionate about.
Yeah.
So that would be hate to shut that down. I mean, if we want to get Steve Motson here, he's worn a hot dog costume in public before.
Right. So we're kind of the costume guys now, right?
If we put him on the show more, yeah. I don't know if that's worth it.
I don't know.
Yeah.
This one comes in from Paulie.
Hey, Paulie.
Paulie says, slide in the DMs. How much better would the Sox record have to be from the previous year to consider it an actual improvement? I feel like it's 8-ish games for me. My logic is that about 5 or 6 series losses flip to series wins with a sweep 2 in there.
That's interesting. That the way he went about it was by series.
Mm-hmm.
I would say 85 wins because that feels like you go from a sub 500 team to a you're like one piece away.
That's 7 wins better than last year.
Yeah, he said 8.
Yeah. I think you're right. A couple games over 500.
Yeah.
85, 86 games feels right.
Yeah.
Do we got another one? I almost clicked a bad one. This comes in from Trevor.
Hey, Trevor. Story?
Let me check.
Okay.
No. Genuine question. Why isn't Bobby Dahlbeck tried out as a pitcher? Electric pitcher in college, and he clearly knows a lot about balls missing bats. Oh, Trevor, not answering that. Sorry, Trevor. Thought you had a good question.
Oh man, that's funny though. That's funny. You can be unbiased for a second and acknowledge it's a pretty funny. That's funny. He made it funny. Yeah. I mean, honestly, like I think it would have gone through my head if I was him. I do think it's so crazy to make that switch because, like, God, you have to make up so much ground to get back to be as, like, think about how hard it would be for him to be as good at pitching as he is at hitting. Now, that's easier for him than most people because he sucks at hitting, but still, he's a big leaguer that can technically get a hit sometimes. And so, I don't know.
What is Bob doing that's so bad that's making everybody come at him?
Massive error, like 2 days ago.
Okay, we're talking about his bat right now.
Well, no, we're saying he should
and
quit.
Do you want to guess what he's hitting in June? You asshole.
115.
Jerk, 148.
Oh.
It's a 517 OPS.
Yeah, those are big league numbers.
Mm-hmm. And if you cut off a couple of games on the edges there, never mind. Never mind. Forget I said anything. Nope.
I don't know. I tell you what, wouldn't that be an electric storyline? Imagine the Bobby Dahlbeck comeback train as a pitcher, like the shirts we could make. We wouldn't make shirts because we'd have to go through a whole thing, but maybe he's in the minors, it'd be easier. I don't know. But that would be electric to follow. I'd tell you what, I bet he's thought about it. Oh, this chick sucks.
Did we not get a fun fact?
First she said KK, I'm thinking. Then she said, wait, is the fact about me or the world in general?
Nah, I'm not waiting.
No, we got
Sorry.
this. Just come up
Sorry,
with
Antonia.
Maybe
you got time in Chile. We're fucking moving here. Got a show to do. Make me free content. Sorry. Show's brought to you by Prize Picks, the exclusive daily fantasy partner of the CLNS Media Network, and by Game Time, the best place to buy tickets online to sports, concerts. You just code CLNS. What? For both of those places. What?
And then you're going to just do like this quick run through my Instagram, and you're going to be like, oh, you like Jacoby Ellsbury. But I actually posted on Instagram today. So I need everybody to like that comment.
Oh, yeah, go follow Scott on Instagram, I guess. I have an Instagram, too. It's also at Joey Cabana.
No, don't. Yeah, but I actually post on it. I never do that. If I should post it on it. And you have to... I would need thousands of likes, maybe millions. So I need you to actually not just hear Joey do his little rundown when you go, okay, it's time to move on. He's doing his little closeout thing.
No, people listen. People go and follow, dude.
I need you to actually go and follow. No, I don't even care if you follow. I just need you to like this one post. Do with it what you will. I'll tell you what. Use it as a test run. If you don't like it, I don't like you either. So, but keep listening and use the promos and stuff. That's my closing
some
thought.
Player likes over on the ITM page. Follow the ITM Instagram.
Some player likes?
We're going to be posting. Yeah, we're going to be posting some more stuff on there. So as the summer is going here and all the other sports have stopped, that means I can go back to being a diligent producer of the show and actually put out content.
To be a nice change of pace
on this show. That'd be cool. So we appreciate all you guys, gals, folks. And we will see you after this Reds series. First, Scott Neville, I'm Joey Capone. Go Sox, kid.